the key to manifestation that nobody talks about is the fact that we are divine creators. Like, we are literally divine creators. That's what we are. We have the capacity to allow divine consciousness to flow through your vessel, okay? Your ego does not need to take responsibility to manifest your reality. It does not need to take responsibility to manifest your reality. See, when the ego thinks, oh, I as the ego need to take responsibility in order to figure out how to do all of this, that's when things become very difficult. Because there's too much energy in the mind. There's too much energy in the analytical, logical, human, I'm a limited, solid human mind. The secret to manifestation is to let your ego get out of the way and allow your higher self to flow through. It's just that simple. Now, I talk about this a lot on my channel because this is the key to living an epic reality. So it's a very powerful secret. If you want to step into your divine creator power, in terms of you manifesting everything your heart truly wants, what you want to do is remove the responsibility from your ego. Don't give your ego the responsibility. See, all you need to know in terms of how to manifest what you want is what you want. That's it. You just have to know what you want. You just have to know where you want to go and what you want. This is going to sound cliche, but one day, at some point, somebody decided at some point that they wanted to go to the moon. Okay? Now, did they know how? Did they know how? Was there a step-by-step process that you could look up on Google to find out how to go to the moon? Of course not. But there was an intention there. There was a desire there, right? And this reality is run by desire. Anybody that tells you that desire is the root of all suffering is just simply wrong, in my opinion. They're just wrong, because desire is what runs this reality. Even a desire for a spiritual experience is a desire. That's what runs reality forward. If you stop having desire, you stop being a being. If you stop having desire, you stop having humanity. Desire is what you need to keep things moving forward. If you don't have a desire, you're not on this planet anymore, you're dead. You're probably reincarnated into something else at this point, but by that point you had a desire to reincarnate into something else, right? And even if you die, you have a desire to die. That's a desire at a higher level to, exit out and turn into something else, but we'll save that for another video. So the key to manifest your reality is simply to let go of the ego. Remove the ego. Just let it go, okay? If you have a confusion in terms of, oh, how am I going to do this? Just let that go. Just flow. Let consciousness move through. A powerful question to ask, which I always say in my videos, and I always tell this to my clients and whoever I'm talking to, any human being that I'm in contact with, really, if they're open to it, of course, I always tell them what wants to come through. What wants to come through. Sometimes people come to me for advice and they say, hey, what do you think about this? What should I do about this? How should I figure out this problem? And and this is what I always say, I'm happy to tell you my perspective. I'm happy to share with you, what I think. But let me ask you this, what do you think? What does your deeper intelligence tell you? Right? You can look up all the answers, all the structures on Google, give away all your power to mentors, coaches. Not that there's anything wrong with mentors and coaches, not that there's anything wrong with using Google, but you want to at some point take your power back and say, what does my deeper intelligence tell me? What does consciousness flowing through me tell me? Right? What does that part of me tell me? What is the answer to the question? See, a lot of times we ask questions to people, but you do realize that you could ask yourself the question, right? You do realize that. You do realize that anything that you want an answer to, you can simply ask yourself and then it will come through, right? You can ask yourself the question. Your own higher self will give you the answer. You do realize that, right? And if you step into that role as a divine creator, what you'll start to realize is that any question that you want an answer to, you can find it in your own consciousness. Because think about it, Where did other people get those answers? In their own consciousness. And do I not have the same capacity and power that you have? Do we not all have the same power within us to be epic divine manifestors of our reality? Why would I have more power than you? The same consciousness that runs me is the same consciousness that runs you. Any answers that anybody has ever gotten anywhere for anything or on any topic, they got in their own consciousness. And you have connection to that exact same power because you come from the same place as me or anybody else. So one thing that I encourage you to do, the key to manifest your reality is one key that I think most people do not talk about, is to simply step back into your creator role. Just step back into the fact that you're a creator, right? It's not just the ego running the show here. The ego is a construct that created to play with life, right? But when you come back to your natural state of being, which is abundance and love and consciousness and joy and peace and enjoying the moment for what it is, not resisting, what you'll find is that you can create a lot more than you thought. And you have answers to a lot more things than you thought. And you come up with things that have never been come up with before. That of course exist at some level, but why can't you be the pioneer? Right? Why can't you be the pioneer? Why does it have to be already figured out? Right? I always give this example. I'm going to give it one more time because why not? Somebody at some point beat certain records for certain races in terms of how fast you can run the 100-meter dash. I don't think that's the race, but there's races that have been beaten. And somebody had to have the fearlessness. Somebody had to have the courage. Somebody had to trust themselves beyond what has happened before. Right? Why do you have to take what has already happened as a cue in terms of what will happen next? I'm going to ask that one more time. Why do you have to take what has already happened and what other people have done as a cue in terms of if it can happen or what is going to happen? Why? Why can't you decide, I'm going to be the first person to come up with something? That's your power. That's your unique intelligence that you have connection to that nobody else is going to figure out. And somebody might figure it out, but why not you be the first? Why not? Why not? Huh? Why can't you be the first person to connect to that thing that you're desperately looking for in other people if they've done it already? See, that's the thing. When you let go of your ego, you have access to all of this. You have access to all this information. You have access to all these things that we believe that we don't have access to, right? And that's your power. That's your power as a divine creator. Is you have that power to have infinite consciousness, infinite intelligence flowing through you to manifest anything you want. Anything, infinite imagination. And you have that capacity. And with that, I conclude this video. Once again, if you want to work with me one-on-one personally, hit the link that's in the description box of this video to apply for a free consultation. Also, please hit that like button for me so that more people can get access to this concept, because I do believe that every single person on this planet does deserve to know that they are divine creators of their reality and that they can manifest the reality and do so in the most effortless and easeful way possible. And hitting that like button does help the YouTube algorithm push the videos out to more people, and that would be greatly appreciated. As always, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video.